You okay? Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hi, Governor. What will happen to New Jersey's finances and services if the state doesn't get money from the next federal stimulus act? And you've said New Jersey needs anywhere between 20 to 30 billion in assistance from the feds, but your office has not provided a breakdown with any specifics of how you arrived at this figure. Can you explain how you came up with this number, and will you release an analysis regarding this calculation? And then finally, you've alluded to raising the millionaire's tax in the 9-month budget. Just to be clear, are you increasing the tax rate on millionaires? Given the state's need for revenue, why not commit to it now? You know, what's still up for discussion?
So what will happen to our finances and services in the absence of federal stimulus? It's not a good result. So I signed the law to be able to borrow because of an historically unprecedented fiscal crisis. Again, the only periods when you start comparing to the Great Depression of the late 20s and 30s or the Civil War, you know you're in uncharted territory. And we've also said all along that the borrowing alone, even that is not sufficient. That this is not an either or, it's an and both. And it remains so. So I would just hope, this is the moment right now for the Congress this is the next sort of 3 weeks is do or die. And I can't tell you exactly what happens to our services or our finances without that federal cash, but it's ugly. And so we need both the borrowing and we need the federal support. The analysis is not that complicated, and it's by nature you're trying to project, and the number of 20 or more billion, for me at least, was from mid 2020 through the end of calendar year 2021. So the 20 to 30 billion dollar number was in that period, and all it was is simply taking what expenses we expected were going to be rising, and more importantly or more acutely, the revenues that were falling off and continue to fall off a cliff. And I think you'll see a version of this, and we're only a few weeks away. I've got to present a budget by August 25th. You're going to see a big semblance of that analysis in a very comprehensive budget that I'm going to propose in a few weeks. And so that's the best window of the so-called analysis. And I'm always happy to project at least some amount of conjecture what it looks like for the back end of 2021. But we'll at least give a picture as to best we think through the middle of next year. Yeah, I would just say that we haven't come up with the budget yet as it relates to revenue items, so we're working on that. We've had good early, very general, preliminary interactions with the leadership in both chambers in the legislature, and I thank them for that. But we are in the process in our own shop with Treasury taking the lead as they always do, putting the budget together. And when we have something to say, we will say it. And hopefully we'll have a process that is a smooth one. And again, I have no expectation otherwise because the early vibrations have been really good with the legislature to get there. And that will include whatever revenues that ultimately are part of the budget. Thank you. Matt.